Make no mistake about it. This is a war zone.
Ted Hunt, honor bound.
Defend freedom.
Some of these guys have been locked up in here for 8 years. You will refer to them as detainees. You will not call them prisoners. Camp X-Ray is really about Guantanamo Bay and everything that's happening behind the fence line.
From the beginning, when I started writing it, I knew very much that I wanted to make it a very contained story about two people in one room, and not try and make it about this grandiose epic about Guantanamo Bay, but to really focus instead on the small story between two characters and the very small idiosyncratic details of life down there.
It's a story about a girl who's right in the middle of something very complicated and is actually able to dislodge herself from an emotional setting and look at it as a whole and see that it's not what she thought it was.
Ali is played by a guy named Peyman Maadi, amazing actor. He's portraying a detainee.
When I read the script, my first expression was, oh my God, this is a very beautiful story, and I like to do this. The balance was very interesting for me. You know, it wasn't a film about good guys versus bad. It was about humanity.
I love Peyman. We all jumped on Skype one day to meet, and he was like, hello! I was like, whoa, what? He's like one of the most charismatic dudes. His energy was very contagious, which was good because my whole thing on that set was very tight. Everything was like hard, like a bit labored. And so every time I got around him, I had no choice but to open up a little bit.
Working with Kristen was a really remarkable experience because she was so completely committed to the role. And she was instrumental in really digging into who this character was and what she's thinking and what she's doing.
Peter Salder, he knows what he wants. And more important than that, he knows what he does not want. And the thing is, he had seen this film in his mind before.
No one believes in his story more than him. And it's not just the fact that he wrote it. There's an energy that he has. It was the perfect energy to have after hadn't worked for like 2 years. So it was like back in it, like with full force.
John Carroll Lynch is an amazing actor. And the great thing about what he brought to the role of this colonel in this film is he could portray this colonel in a way that wasn't a character. He had a real depth to it and a real nuance and subtlety that I think, again, made sure that his portrayal of this character wasn't a caricature and it wasn't propaganda. It was just a very real person that was down there that was, in some ways, as conflicted as anyone else down there.
You know, in circumstances like this movie, where we hear so much about Guantanamo Bay and there are documentaries about Guantanamo Bay, and it's sometimes hard to understand what dramatic material can add to that. The beauty of dramatic material is, when done well, it can focus our experience down to the human level.
I think the main hook for me was seeing this person, like this very simple girl, be told that something that she thought was right for so long was wrong, and to just see how that rocked her.
It's very important to be a part of a movie that is saying a very important thing in this world today.
Films are about finding a connection into another human being and feeling that emotion that we're all connected is, to me, one of the most powerful emotions on earth. And that's what the film really is doing. It's about taking two people who couldn't be farther apart in this world, and somehow they find this connection, this very human, emotional connection. And that, to me, is what the movie is about, and that's the feeling that I get when I watch it, and that's the feeling that I hope the audience gets as well.
Your pal 471. He's not coming back. What are you gonna do, Cole?
I'm not gonna give up.
No one here goes anywhere.